The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Gaz, an orc barbarian, sworn protector of the Caliban frontier.
I'm Konnor Shenold. I play Konnor with a K, Kobold Sorcerer who is a continuous thorn in the Empire's side.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Zonimus Dinar, a paladin of dusk, using vengeance as a tool to protect the ones I love.
I'm Kiri Hester. I play Poppy Tea Leaf, the halfling desert druid determined to save the wild places from the ambitions of civilization.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Mokrin Stoneshaper, a young dwarf sorcerer finding his true family as revealed by the secrets of the frontier.
And I'm Ash King, your dungeon master. Join us now for Tales from the Caliban Frontier.
In the City of Shada, you all have stumbled upon a mystery. Entering into the Dragon's Eye View, the shop owned by the Dragonborn Tavi, you have found it in complete disarray. Furniture and furnishings flung haphazardly. It looks as though there's been a struggle, but you found no signs of blood or injury. You have found a really odd clue, though. A scrap of linen, about 6 inches long, a couple inches wide. Smells of decay, but also underneath that scent, a scent of fine oils, the type used in funerary rites.
Poppy, it's unctions and oils. Do you smell that?
Yes. That's not quite surprising seeing how rotten this smells.
Zonimus, have we seen these before?
We've seen something like it.
But is it in Fortunato? So, Poppy, you don't think it is?
I don't think we can go jump to any of those conclusions. I don't feel like Fortunato would be that careless.
Do you think that lich has a mummy?
That would be the closer idea. It would be a lower, less intelligent. Fortunato's very smart.
We recently saw he's in the Obsidian Waste, wherever that is.
It didn't seem like they were here.
The fortune teller next door said she had tea with Tavi last night. So this happened recently. More recently than probably Fortunato could have gotten here.
Possibly while the hubbub was going on in the square and nobody else was here to see the hubbub going on.
Like a distraction from what they were actually after. But unless it's somebody else from the Empire that's not head honcho guy, I don't know who this could have been. But there's no blood around here, so Tavi has to be alive. At least I hope he's alive. Because us finding Thundercrack depends on him being alive.
We also ran into that woman who you had seemed bent on the fact that she was aligned in some way with Wiley. Maybe they had something to do with it.
It's possible. They tend to get fired up, if you will. I'm not seeing much in the way of Ash.
Well, I'm not counting her out per se, but who we were fighting with in the square was also Gnolls. The young bloods, or whatever they're called. If what happened in the center was a distraction, could it not also be possible the young bloods had something to do with this? I don't know.
They seem like the type that would be keen on Cimarron's message.
Yeah.
We'll also think about who we've been dealing with recently. They could be involved unknowingly. They could have been manipulated.
Exactly.
Konnor, in your experience in a situation like this, is there a backup, or do you just move on to the next city
town location?
Well, for kobolds, it's different than Dragonborn. Dragonborn are more of their dragons' warriors. Obviously, it varies from person to person, but kobolds would be to move on. Dragonborn would be more inclined to probably stay and fight. But if he got incapacitated and got surprised by this...
Well, I guess more what I'm talking about is when you told us that your task set forth by Thundercrack, you told us that you have a way of reporting in by making contact with a Dragonborn. We came here to make contact with a Dragonborn. What if the Dragonborn you are to contact this happens to? What's your next line of contact? Would there be a second one here that you could contact? Or would you have to move on? I'm asking because if there's a partner in crime here with that Dragonborn, would they have a way of finding them, locating them mystically?
We've mainly been working out in the east. There's a few of us set up around here, yes, but Thundercrack's also over here. So our protocols for the east are different from what's in the west. Yes, we would have someone we could go to out in the east, but Shada hasn't really been a place that we've 100% had any concerns about, mostly because the gnolls are able to stand their own. We just kind of had a cursory person here rather than any set up defenses.
So, pop my head back out the door. The grandmother Knoll across the street, she didn't have like a cactus out front or anything. I'm just trying to get some information. Unfortunately, I'm a druid in the desert.
Could we take the cloth over to her?
We could. The other thing is if we make her our friend, because she was friends with Tavi. So we could go over there and say, we're worried about Tavi. They're missing. You're real magic-y. We're pretty magic-y. Let's work together and see if we can divine where he might be.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Before we leave the shop. Guys, I know it's all jumbled in here, but any tracks where they like drug out? Can you do any type of check, see if you can track how they, or maybe they bamped out?
I was actually going to look around to see if there was any way to tell if they had been taken out the front door, or if there was any kind of tracks outside.
Survival.
And we should check the back and see if there's like a back room or something too.
There's not a back room, but there's a back door.
Yeah.
Okay.
24.
From what you can see, at least inside, everything's a little bit too jumbled to try and get a sense. Going out the back, you do see not drag, so if they jumped him, they had enough strength to like physically take Tavi with them. And the tracks kind of start going out. Again, it's very sandy, so pretty much almost sometimes as soon as they're made, they're gone type situation. But you do notice before it swings back into the main street to where traffic is heavier, so things would be a little obscured, you do get the sense that they took Tavi out and then were headed farther back into the city somewhere.
I'm wondering maybe if Makrin and I could follow these tracks and you all go in to talk with the old Knoll woman and see if she can divine something.
I would prefer to go along with you.
All right.
So I'm going with Gaz and Makrin rather than...
And we're going to follow the tracks. And you all go in and see if you can figure out what she can figure out from the cloth.
Go ahead, Gaz. Give me another survival check. Because again, streets of the city, very, very busy. Easy to lose the trail.
A 16.
It gets really, really hard to follow. And eventually you get halfway through. So Shada itself is one big circle with the way it's laid out. You guys start off in the northeastern district of the city, the Arcane district. The clan leader's house, they have this big private courtyard behind them. You have to skirt around that area. So to the south of you is the clan house. To the north of you seems to be more residential districts of the city. And as you're kind of following it around near the residential districts, that's where you start to lose it just because of how intensely traveled it is. But it does seem odd, because from the very faintest last few steps you can get, it almost disappears, as if they went off the streets completely. Leave you to ponder that for a few minutes.
Okay.
If you don't want to go back in there because you made like a really cool exit, I can go back by myself. I didn't know if you were trying to make because you kind of like, whew, and then you're like, whew, and then I didn't know if you were trying to make a point. Let's go.
Do you want to go solo?
No, it's fine. You can come with me. I just didn't know if you were like, if it was going to be weird because you were like storming out and making a point.
When have you ever known me to be so flamboyant?
So we go back across the street and we will re-enter. I'll make some more flowers.
You see she's like already put the other ones like in a little clay jug.
This time, instead of poppies, we'll make her some chrysanthemums. Hello, we have returned. Here's some flowers.
Your friend Tavi has been taken from his shop, from his home. The defenses were broken. The place was ransacked, and this was left behind. And I will hold up the cloth and drop it on the table.
It's very smelly. And we know that you are a powerful grandmother Knoll. Also, I'm pretty magic-y. And Tavi was your friend, and so I thought maybe we could like work together to try to find him because we're worried about him and we want him to be safe.
I don't have to be a powerful magic user to know what this is.
Oh, I mean, we have our ideas. I just meant like we could maybe locate Tavi through methods of magic.
What is it?
This is a wrapping used for the dead. When a Knoll dies, they are wrapped in this before being taken to the Bone Mother's charnel house.
So what would this be doing in Tavi's shop?
I'm sure a lot of cultures do this wrapping. Is this Knoll specific? Is that the scent you're picking up?
Yes,
And it seems old.
very old.
So someone has been in the house and taken some of your dead.
There is a secret in Shada that I will tell to you because you have been so kind.
I pull a coin and place it on the table.
Beneath Shada, you will find the catacombs.
Konnor, can I borrow the walkie-talkie?
Yeah, here you go.
Anonymous, are you reading me? Yes. It seems like the trail has just disappeared. Not that it's faded, but where I'm standing, it seems to be just gone.
Makrin looks around, modified 20. 15 plus 5.
20. Unfortunately, it is very well hidden. And it could be one of those cases where it's like you kind of have to already know where it is to find the entrance and exit, at least the one that these guys used. I mean, it's a city. There's people going back and forth all the time.
Not just somebody walking by, but maybe somebody who would be a shop owner or a...
Street vendor.
Yeah.
There's a group of cubs that are being watched over by a couple of adults.
I walk up, I say, pardon me, my name is Gaz, and this may sound like an unusual question, but I am looking for your catacombs.
The two adults kind of look at one another curiously, but then they give a shrug. Well, should you wish a tour, you can always go to the temple. They give you directions to literally what they refer to as the Bone Mother's charnel house.
We're in the northern section now. How far away?
It's in the northwest section of the city.
Oh, so we just need to keep going. Okay. I get back on the walkie-talkie, said,
Anonymous, we have not found an entrance to the catacombs. However, we might have contact at the temple.
I'll look at the Knoll before me. Is there any other way underground other than the temple? We want to draw as little attention to ourselves as we can. Coins.
She just kind of looks at you.
I do not know of any of the other entrances and down into the catacombs. You may have more luck with the night market.
Where can we find the night market?
Well, much as the name implies, you will not find it during the daylight hours. You do not find it in the same place twice.
So how do we find how to find the night market?
And would you happen to know where its next appearance will be?
Find the genasi.
Oh, man.
Anyway, Gaz, we'll go down at the temple.
I regret asking this question, possibly, but is it a beautiful fire genasi woman, maybe has a magma mephit as a buddy?
Oh, you've run into her.
Yes, she is a peach, let me tell you. Okay, thank you very much for your help.
Can we trust her? I don't have much luck with fire genasi.
Trust is a strong word. I would say with the right leverage, you can believe what she says.
Well, how much does that leverage cost? Because I don't know if our pockets run quite that deep.
And where can we find her?
You go to the laughing place and you ask for a fire whiskey.
I hate to be that person, but can you point us in the direction?
I know where it is, Poppy.
Well, that's wonderful.
Thank you again for your time. And this time I don't leave a coin.
I add a couple of blooms to her vase.
Rocky Talkie.
Yeah? Before we enter the temple, we need to talk. Let's get a drink. Excellent. Where are we going for a drink? Well, I nudged you and pointed at that place that had the red door. We're going there. The laughing place, yes. I thought it's rather fitting for a gnome town to be called the laughing place. So, we shall meet you there.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. I'm Michael Cross. So great to have a moment to talk with you during this mid-show break. First off, I want to invite you all to join us as Patreon members. The money we raise helps us pay for things like the music and sound effects you hear on the show, as well as money to go to events and make new fans. When you become a Patreon member, you get our episodes 4 days early, bonus content, access to our Discord server, and full versions of our roundtable discussions. You'll be joining other fans like Scott Wise, Don Mills, Heath Mormon, and the Lady Kate. So join us right now at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. Another way to support us is by getting your very own Red Dirt merchandise. You can find things like hats, hoodies, mugs, and t-shirts. Just click on the merch tab at reddirtdnd.com or reddirtrpg.com. Since 2020, the Red Dirt D&D podcast has been close to another Oklahoma actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast, D20 to Curtain. And me personally, I've had a chance to work on stage with some of the actors on the show. So when you get done with this episode, you should check them out.
Hello, fellow D&Ders. My name is Jerome.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Jody.
And together with our friends Kara, Timothy, and Jared, we are the cast of the D20 to Curtain podcast, where Oklahoma theater geeks and their friends hit record and explore our new addiction to Dungeons & Dragons.
We think D&D is more than just a game. It helps us tap into the enduring power of storytelling.
We combine live gameplay with behind-the-curtain episodes to share our experiences, insights, habits, discoveries, and passion for D&D with anyone who will listen.
We hope D20 to Curtain will make you laugh, cry, maybe even make your experience at your table even more satisfying. Check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts or visit us at d20tocurtain.com or at D20tocurtain on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We look forward to having you. All we ask is that you have fun, be kind, and play the role.
If you're looking for more content, make sure to check out our YouTube page with Mysteries of Beatrix live every Wednesday. Keys from the Golden Vault from the Red Dirt Outlaws dropping every Tuesday at noon, and Plausible Deniability every other Thursday at 7 p.m. So come check it out at youtube.com/@RedDirtRPG or search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube. And we would love to hear from you. Find us on social media at Red Dirt RPG. You can also get in touch with us through our website at reddirtrpg.com. In the meantime, make sure and subscribe to this podcast and leave a comment on your favorite podcatcher so others can find us. All right, I think that's everything I need to tell you. Right now, let's head back to Red Dirt D&D.
You all enter into the Laughing Place, a busy, bustling tavern in the Knoll City of Shada. You smell the roasted meats and scent of both alcohol but also strong coffee.
Well, I think Gaz would immediately go up and go to the bar and say, "My friend, we could use some drinks. It's been very hot outside."
Something nice and cool for starters. We might have something warmer later. We have to talk first.
I would like some mead if you have it.
Okay.
I've had a day. Give me something strong.
The fire genasi we come across earlier can help us get into the catacombs in a less obvious way.
To be clear, the Lady Fire Genasi can tell us where the night market is, and then someone at the night market can tell us where the catacomb entrance is.
But beginning with the fire genasi lady, we can make our way to the catacombs without being as obvious as going on a tour from the temple.
The fire genasi is going to show us where the night market is.
That's what I said.
The fire genasi that you threatened.
Well, that's why we're having a conversation.
So you're thinking that we need someone, I look at Gaz, to help make that opening banter?
No, I don't think that. And I'll tell you why. Think of the other fire genasi we know.
Yeah?
What would he go for more? The friendly face who was nice and pleasant, or the one who was groveling in humility and embarrassed and apologizing? That's the expectation that attitude carries with it. That's what would appease them the most.
We essentially tried that when we got into the Mesa, and we saw how that worked out.
All right.
So I think we just have to hope she's not with the Empire, not give enough away of what we're actually needing the night market for, and just come out her with just that. We're just looking for the night market. We heard you had some information.
Yeah, I don't think apologetic is the word I would use. I don't want to use the word challenge either, but...
Well, there's a misunderstanding. I don't know if I said something wrong or not, out of character real fast.
Okay.
Johnny does not want to give an apology in any form to this person.
Right. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
apologetic isn't the word anybody would use anywhere.
Yeah.
My fear is that Gaz would come off nice and pleasant, and I don't think she would respond well to it. She's going to respond to the headbutting that Donimus would give her.
Yeah, because
We
the challenge.
just-
Yeah.
Treat this as a professional
I'm just going to... What's the
business
drink we have to order?
Fire whiskey.
Fire whiskey.
Bartender, fire whiskey.
As soon as you say fire whiskey, like the ears perk up. Oh, it's these kind of people. They disappear for a few moments, as if they're going to a back room. After a few moments, they come back and pour you out a drink. Bring it over to the table that you guys have claimed. They set down the tray. There's the glass. There's also a key. And they leave both.
Now all we gotta do is find a door.
Indeed, Makrin. Is this a tavern and inn, or is it just a tavern?
It's a tavern and inn.
All right. I'm going to just raise my head and just kind of take a look around the bar at people. Anyone looking this way and not looking. That old trick that I used to do where I try and look at you without you knew I was looking at you. I'm going to strike a match and hover it gently over the top of this drink. Does it catch flame?
Well, of course, it's alcohol.
I will hold it up and scan the room again and quickly take the shot. After I take the shot, I'm going to put my hand over the key, look around. Anybody moving? Nothing. No one to follow out of here.
It seems to be, there's almost a kind of like, as soon as you got the fire whiskey, again, it's a pretty busy, bustling tavern.
Yeah.
In a place like this, people would be curious about you because you are strangers. This almost seems to be the place to come to be ignored. There's almost seems to be an understanding here of everybody keeps to their own business.
So the inn part of this, is it upstairs? Is it opened up floor to where we can see the rooms?
It's all one story.
One story, okay.
There's not a number, but there is a little tag with a symbol. And once you get up and start looking to the various doors, it seems not so much as if it's like in versus like this is somebody's private meeting room. And you do find a door that matches the key.
Who was with me? Is anybody going?
We're all there.
Yeah, we'll all go.
We're all getting up as a group walking in there? Okay.
I will walk up to the bartender and I will put 5 gold pieces down.
They will take them without question.
I'll open the door and walk in,
All right.
leaving the key for the last person that comes through it.
Entering in the room, you find yourselves in what appears to be more like an office than a bedroom. And lounging against the far wall, a gun resting on her hip, seeming more like just a casual note of protection rather than an active threat. It's the same Fire Genasi from before, as you see her fiddling in her hands with what you assume is probably magical components. After a few moments, everything fuses together and you hear the chittering and chattering of a meepit as it forms and moves up onto her shoulders like a very strange parrot. Well, well, well. Didn't expect to see y'all so soon.
Yeah, it seems that fate has brought us together once again. If it was my choice, though, we wouldn't be here. But here we are. Make this real simple for you. Something we're looking for, and we've been told that we can acquire it in the night market. However, the night market likes to jitter and jump around, and according to some, you know where the next location's going to be.
Well, see, here's the thing. The night market,
It's in a delicate state right now, given with everything that has been happening lately. There's a very real chance that the night market is moving out of Shada and on to the next city where we can operate without oversight.
Would that be happening tonight, or would that take a while? So where are they going to be tonight?
You think with everything that happened today that we'd be hosting the market tonight? You're not the kind of people that the night market caters to. Why don't you stop beating around the bush and tell me what you're really after?
I'm going to tell you what I'm really after. I'm going to tell you what all of us are really after. Because while some of us may not trust you, namely me, we were going to find you to find the location of the night market, because someone in the night market would be able to give us the information we truly seek. You keep saying we, and you do not look like royalty. So you are the night market. We need entrance to the catacombs, not through the temple, not on a tour, undetected.
And what are you willing to offer for such a boon?
What do you want?
Her eyes flick over you all, taking in your gear, taking in information about who you are and what you are. 1,000 gold or 2 of your magic items that I could unload.
All right, go with 1,000 gold. We could for sure come up with 500, maybe another 5 when we get the information we need.
Persuasion check.
24.
All right, 750 up front. I'll tell you the best entrances down into the catacombs. And then when you come back out, you can give me the other 250.
So I'm going to counter your offer with 750, 250 up on return, but you got to tell us what we're up against down there. Any recent news of the catacombs? Anything the night market might be privy to that we should know?
Here's the thing about the catacombs. They go under the city, miles and miles in every direction. So without knowing what you're looking for, it's right difficult for me to help you pinpoint anything. Do you even know what you're looking for?
Yes, we do. In fact, do you know if there is an entrance in the northern district?
Up in the northern districts, you can enter right in from the temple.
Besides the temple, somewhere if you were trying to get in without being seen.
Oh, there's many an entrance up in the north.
Excellent. That is what we are looking for.
This is a good area to start.
A lot of dangers down there. You sure you want to go down?
Yes.
Yes.
We've seen our share of danger.
Does that satisfy you?
Well, there's a lot of dangers anywhere. Just simply walking on the street in broad daylight can be dangerous, right?
I think you and I know better than most.
More specific dangers. Unless I start slowing down my rate of dropping coins.
So, certain areas of the catacombs, well, let's just say that the dead get a little restless and leave it at that.
Any keys, any magical locks, any passwords we should know about? Traps?
Not particularly. For the most part, they guard themselves. A lot of gnolls are pretty superstitious. Don't go too far down there.
Everyone? Looking for the nod of yes?
Yeah, sounds like a good deal.
All right, I'll tie off the bag I'm counting into. Lead the way.
Oh, you want me to go?
No, you're just gonna get close and point.
Oh, all right. As you wish.
Do we want to do this at night where we're a little bit more inconspicuous?
What time of day is it?
Like midday.
Konnor would be more inclined to get this done already, yes, but the cover of night is also beneficial.
Okay.
How about we meet in, say, 8 hours' time in the northern district, late maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning?
Sounds fair. Keep an eye out for the guards.
You know the Laughing House obviously very well. Is there a place where we can sleep here in the Laughing House? Should we just talk to the tavern owner?
Go talk to him up front. He'll take care of you.
Very good. Unless there's anything else we want to talk about. Would you rather meet here and walk to there, or would you rather meet in the northern district? Since we'll be here, staying the night here anyway.
I'll come collect y'all once it's time to head out.
That'll work, and you will get your payment at that time. So I head back out, and I go talk to the tavern owner. I said, friend, your establishment is top-notch. We like the kind of atmosphere we get here. And I wink.
Good.
We were hoping you could maybe set us up for the night.
That can be arranged.
Excellent. And how much would that cost?
5 gold per.
I put down 25 gold pieces, and I say, thank you, friend.
Passes a key over to you.
Excellent.
As they all left the room that we were meeting in, I stayed in there and just looking her over.
See something you like?
I did, but I was mistaken.
Too bad.
I turn and walk out.
We have a room. We can get in some sleep. It's been a long day since we have arrived in Shada this morning.
Yeah, sleep sounds good.
And we go to our room.
We have one room?
Yeah.
The 5 of you bed down. Shada becomes a little sleepy as the afternoon sun beats overhead, inspiring many others to do the same. In a few hours' time, you will be led to the catacombs. And oh, what sights await you.
Red Dirt D&D Tales from the Caliban Frontier is Ash King as our Dungeon Master, Brooke Bullock as Mokran Stoneshaper, Johnny Payne as Zonimus Dinar, Kiri Hester as Poppy Tealeaf, Konnor Shenold as Konnor the Kobold, and I'm Michael Cross as Gaz. Special thanks to our Silver Star Paladin patron, Shenanigans Unplugged. Our theme music was created by the Cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music, courtesy of TabletopAudio.com, Sirenscape, and Monument Studios. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and at RedDirtDND.com. We here at Red Dirt D&D could really use your help in getting the word about us. If you like what you've heard, make sure and subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/RedDirtDND. We have several giving levels to help us grow up big and strong. Join us next time as we go deeper into the Caliban Frontier.
Zonimus, we've seen these weapons before.
Yeah, we have.
I don't think we can go jump into any conclusions.
Fortunato was not wrapped up in cloth.
He was just
He just had robes.
Bathrobes.
That's why his code name is Bathrobe.
When have you ever known me to be so flamboyant? Don't answer that.
Zonimus? Drama? No.
Do you see any entrances underground or into any holy temples right near you?
Ask him if there's a manhole. Like a subway. Is there a subway station?
You did that, and then that, and I was like that, and then we finished each other's
Sandwiches.
Doritos.
Soliloquies.
and sandwiches. Just not sentences.
But maybe somebody who would be a shop owner and or maybe a
street vendor
or a young goth kid.
Yeah. Look for a teen.
Look for a teen goth that knows exactly where the cemetery is.
Some youths.
Hello, fellow youths.
I am also a youth.
I am looking for your catacombs.
For truly pure purposes. We're not going to disturb your dead, I swear.
At the temple. What'd you call again?
The Bone Mother's Charnel House.
Say it again.
I came up with the most edgelord gothic name I could. You're welcome. She is very knowledgeable in the ways.
So what's her story, whole entire bag of gold?
But we made her mad. After we killed her friend.
Not all of us.
None of us. We all can't be Boy Scouts.
To be fair,
Eagle Scout. Thank you very much.
Gaz doesn't know what our beef is.
Right. Gaz's like, what the hell? Are you racists?
Yeah.
And it's not. If I come across a fire genasi who was a book nerd, cool. Or fitness buff, yeah. It's just the ones that are all sultry and
roguey,
seductive and
sneaky,
witty,
sly. Zonimus doesn't trust any fire genasi he's mildly attracted to.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that can go for anybody he's attracted to. I think other than Poppy.
Poppy ain't as trustworthy as she used to be either, is she?
Yeah, no.
There's an old dwarven saying, it's all Johnny's fault.
And what was Johnny's first line in this show?
Plausible deniability.
Somebody say plausible deniability.
I I hate to be that person, but can you point us in the direction?
I know where it is.
Never mind then.
Is it someplace we would have passed on the way here and I'd have noticed it?
I would say yes.
Because you have alcoholic tendencies?
I know where it is.
Zonimus being Zonimus would automatically have mapped out every single place that even sounds vaguely like a bar.
Like, we're walking through and I'm like, that guy's armed, that one's armed, she's armed, that's a magic user. Bar, that one's armed, that one's armed.
The laughing place better be a comedy bar.
She's up there doing a stand-up.
Yeah.
So what about that?
It's angry beat poems. Beat poetry.
What about Skyship Peanuts?
Yeah. That's what I was trying to think. There's
I know.
NPC that's just null version of Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay. Yeah.
Poofy hair.
Yeah.
There's a null named Ed who just laughs way too hard at the
I
jokes.
was out of my brain. I was like, how much of the Disney hyenas can we use? Is that a 10-second clip that we can use without being sued? No.
Well, all right then, what you having?
Something.
I don't know why I suddenly went Cockney.
Because you're playing D&D and it just slipped out.
Give me something strong.
Who are you?
Say the knoll behind the bar kind of eyeballs.
Leans over.
I will iterate that I am 7 years old.
Through a series of events, starting at point A and ending somewhere around Q.
It's some kind of a fetch quest scenario.
I think we effortlessly have 1,000 gold, don't we?
Yeah. Each have 200 gold pieces.
But I want to make it look like...
Like, no, Donomus, don't give her that.
Like, oh, crap.
That's our entire bank account's worth.
Exactly.
The orphans can wait one more week. We'll find another way to get them food. It's 27, 28, 29.
Did you pick your spells for today, Poppy?
I did back when we were just doing a search and find mission above ground. The thing is I can't change my spells unless we do a long rest, so we're gonna
if it's midday, it's still... I have decent spells, but if you're hurting on spells...
I'm not hurting on spells. Yeah. I'm just saying I'm gonna be moderately useless.
Yeah.
For some reason, I took damage. I don't remember why.
Okay, so hold on. You did say that...
The method blew us up.
Method.
Yeah. So...
And how much would that cost?
5 gold per.
That's an expensive place.
You're paying for the look the other way.
Yeah. He thinks it's top notch because casually,
talked it up here.
That we were meeting in, I stayed in there and just looking her over.
See something you like?
Wow.
Sorry. Reflex.
It's one room, costs 25 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Wow. One big bed.
The inflation in this area is intense.